Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we are going to be diving into the depths of my scrapbook, which I firstly created in the year of 2016. If you know me, you know I love scrapbooking so much. I just feel like it's a great way for you to see all your memories and everything. It can kind of be a picture album, but you know, you'll stick anything from tickets, concert tickets, plane tickets, just stuff that you gather along your life, like leaflets or brochures that, I don't know, meant something to you. But I just feel like it's a really great way to be able to see your whole life out in front of you and stick it in on paper. It's really cool that I started this in 2016, so I was 10 years old, and I've just recently finished it and moved on to another scrapbook. It's not barely got anything in it yet because obviously I haven't been doing too much in lockdown. I am a bit of a hoarder. I feel like when I'm about 90 years old, I'm gonna have probably about 60 scrapbooks just full of memories and stuff, and I just love that. I'm not complaining about that. I would just like to address my background. Hope you like the background that I made for this video. It took me quite a while to kind of get sorted and figure out where I was putting the camera and everything, but I'm literally sat on a beanbag right now, and this is just a throw, and it's not even big enough to cover the full screen. I'm just going to zoom this video in a little bit so that it looks like it's a fully background, but yes, behind the scenes. I hope you like it. I'm also just in my kitchen right now, and my dog will probably be wandering around and probably come sit on my knee for a bit of this, in between things. So yeah, expect that. But without further ado, let's get into my scrapbook. So this is my scrapbook that I started in 2016, my first ever scrapbook. It is brown with black polka dots. Nothing really special, but it's very full. As you can see, it's literally bent in half because it's full of all sorts, and I decided to stamp stars all over this, and this is on the back as well. There's little stars everywhere because I'm just, you know, that creative flow. And it also says live every day like there is no underlined tomorrow. So that's my scrapbook. Let's get into it. Okay, so I was 10 years old in these pictures. Oh, that pout drives me insane. I used to squint my eyes so much when I pout. I used to go and everyone used to take the mick out of it. But here's all me and all my friends, and I wrote the dates on these. These two selfies were on the 8th and 9th of October. So that's cool. I always like to put the dates of everything, so that, I don't know, it seems cooler when you know exactly how old you were in that picture. And it's definitely fair to say that I think I've changed a lot from the time that I was 10 years old. Oh my gosh, I remember doing this page. It's basically, I did the Wired event in London. I got invited to do that, and it was so much fun. So down here I'm being interviewed. This is me, Sammy, and Daniel. Dan, I call him Dan, I don't know why I just said Daniel. But he also wears a hero arm. And there's us again on stage. And that was when I was first getting used to use my bionic arm. So I remember being really, really nervous to kind of pick up the microphone. But now I'm definitely a lot better at using them. But I remember being really, really nervous to drop that. But yeah, this was in London on the 3rd of November 2016. So I was also 10. That's what I really like about this picture. I mean, this whole page is just me and my sister's little photo booth session over here. Very cute, very cute. We're weirdos. I don't know if anybody else does this. I'm pretty sure they do. I don't know in other countries, but in the UK we get we have kind of buddy systems. So in primary school, which is, what do you call it, elementary, when they first join from kindergarten or nursery to primary school, the next school up, then you get a buddy in your first year of that school when you are a little person, and you get a big buddy to kind of show you around and basically just be your friend. It's just really cute, to be honest. My buddy when I was little, my big buddy, was called Megan, and she was absolutely amazing. I remember going around to her house and we were on the trampoline and got attacked by this giant moth. obviously when I got to year 6, like the highest level in primary school, I got my own little buddy to look after. I just wrote on this page, "Thank you for being the best buddy ever." And I do see her quite a lot because my little sister's friends with my buddy, so every like birthday party she has, my buddy's always invited. So yeah, I always get to see her quite a lot. But she gave me a little card that says, which is so cute. I miss primary school so much. Like secondary school just cannot compare. I know I'm homeschooled now, but secondary school could not compare. Primary school was just elite, especially the school dinners. Like, Here I have a little page dedicated to when I went to see Little Mix with my mum, my dad, Claire, Tia, my cousin Izzy, and me. No, I'm joking. But that is what I wrote. Oh my gosh, this next page. Right, this next page is, I got a certificate, Talent for Writing. This is the certificate of merit awarded to THROUGH for an original piece of creative writing that was selected for publication in the Young Writers Anthology. So yeah, I thought I was so special getting this certificate delivered to me, but then went into school the next day and every single person got it. So I mean, it mustn't have been that special, but I felt like I had been like chosen in my school, and I was like, wow, I should just become an author. But I do actually have the piece that I wrote, and it's like all about Jesus and Satan. But I'm gonna read it out to you so you can see, right? My winning 100-word story. So let's have a look at this. I called it the sidekick. One night in a huge stone tower in hell, Satan called his sidekick Nightmare into his throne room. "Bring me Jesus," he ordered. Nightmare flew up to heaven and did exactly what Satan said. When he got there, he crept up to the crib, but suddenly a figure appeared and flung him off the cloud. It was God! Exclamation mark. He'd killed Nightmare. In celebration, God had a party. Meanwhile, in hell, Satan was planning revenge. By tilly.lockey, age 11. Thank you for listening to that masterpiece. I know that was just, it needs published, really. I should be a world famous author. Oh, right, this is me on my 12th birthday. I always stick in like birthdays and everything. I always get a badge just to stick it in here, and I always like stick in a card. But 7th of October 2017 was my 12th birthday. That was 2 years ago now. That's so cute. Oh, and for my 12th birthday, I got tickets to go see Little Mix again, and my sister came along with me. So this is us going to see Little Mix for the second time for my little birthday treat. And that was so much fun. I remember that. The only thing about concerts is when you're trying to escape afterwards, like out the car park. I remember when we went to see One Direction, we were literally in the car park for a good like 4 hours. Like, it was just all messed up, and there were cars coming from every direction, and to be honest, in that moment I didn't know if we would even ever get out of that queue. But there came a point, you know, when my sister like was desperate for a wee, like she really needed the toilet. But when you're stuck in a car park, where can you go to the toilet? So my sister went out with, I think, my mum or somebody else who was with us, and they basically ran to McDonald's, which is quite a while away from where we were, but she was really desperate and needed to go, so I mean, you can't really blame her. But the concert was great, as always. I love this page so much. Well, 2 pages. Me and my sister have such a close relationship, and I was like, Tia, look, I gave you a full 2 pages of just being here taking selfies, one and only, a couple of inside jokes. We always have like selfie sessions in the back of the car. So yeah, this is Tia's favorite page. I don't know, I just really liked her one day and decided to print off a bunch of pictures and make her a whole 2 pages of me and her. But I really like this page. I think it's really cute and like showcases our friendship that we have with each other. Next, I love to stick in whenever you go somewhere like important, they always give you this like these kind of lanyards, and this was BBC Breakfast, I'm pretty sure, that I went on. So I basically took this off and stuck it in, and then this was Wired Event 2 that I forgot to put in over there, but I just put it in here, and this was kind of like my little pass thing, my little lanyard. Oh, a picture just fell out. This is me in like my first years in primary. It looks nothing like me. I'm trying to recreate that face. I also have the Christmas page. I don't know what year this was, it doesn't tell me, but it says Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I stuck in the little hat that you get in the cracker, that I got in the cracker, and a little card thing and voucher that I got off family. And then it was 2018. Life is just flashing us by. This is the one that I think the picture of me when I was in reception that just fell out on me was supposed to be in. It says, major throwback to me in my first year of primary school in 2009. So I was literally 4 years old. And it says, actually can't believe my mum used to make me wear, well, it doesn't say make, it says mac. Actually can't believe my mum used to mac me wear the boys' jumpers in school. And I wrote that when I was younger. If you didn't know, I did stage school for 5 years. So here's my little 5-year certificate of being at Stagecoach, which was the performing arts school I was in, to tilly.lockey. And yeah, I loved stage school so much. I just stopped because of my leg. If you do not know what happened to my leg, then I'll leave it in the eye up here and you can have a look at that, because I'm not getting into that today. Long story short, my leg doesn't bend anymore. But yeah, that was my 5-year award at stage school. Here's just a random picture of me and all my sisters in 2013 that was taken. Look at my hair when it's not curly. Like, I remember absolute agony brushing through that to make it that straight. It was not fun. I much prefer just to like let it do its own thing, to be honest. I don't really know what my hair does most of the time. I just kind of leave it to be. When I was really young, I got nominated for a lot of awards, so I used to go to a lot of award ceremonies, but this is one that I went to, like Stars it was called, and I won it, so that was really fun. But the truth is, when you go to events like that, like they bring lots of inspiring young people who went through a lot, and we're all trying to get like an award. Obviously that's why we're there, we've been nominated for the award. But from everyone that I've been to, it's always like, oh, and you've all won, because they're not going to tell like a 4-year-old child, yeah, this person's braver than you know what I mean? So they just let everyone win, so no one's upset. So it was never like too exciting who won, but I always loved like getting dressed up, even when I was like 9 years old. I got another bravery award here for the 2010. The High Sheriff of the County Palatine of Durham makes this award to tilly.lockey in recognition of your personal bravery in raising awareness of your condition. Dated this 25th day of March 2010. So I was like 5 years old when I was getting all of these awards. But that's this here. I tried to draw a muscle here, so I had to specify what it is, because I mean, it doesn't really look like a muscle, does it? But here's my other award that I received, and I'm always very grateful. This is my little plaque when I went to San Diego, and I went to San Diego Comic-Con. I sat on a panel where people would come to ask questions and everything. I was basically showcasing a bionic arm that was based off of a video game, so that's why I was there. It was based off a game called Deus Ex, if anybody's heard of it. There's a character in there called Adam Jensen, and he wears this really cool bionic arm, and Open Bionics basically recreated that arm in a collab, and I was, I guess, kind of the child model for it, so I got to go along to San Diego Comic-Con. As I said, it was my first time ever in America, so I was already really excited by it. But this was actually my little plaque on the stage where it showed everybody who was sitting there. I love this so much. I literally wrote in the corner, best experience of my life so far at that time. That was really cool, and I remember me and my mum just thought it was quite cool how everybody had like the last names, whereas I was just Tilly. The whole interview was kind of live streamed, and it was kind of like my first time. I mean, I've been asked questions all my life by like radios and everything, but it was my first time ever sitting on a panel, and I was, how old was I think I was like 10. I'm not really sure. I think I was around 10. The best thing I said in that interview, I think, is when asked like what I wanted my future to be like with prosthetics, like what I thought was gonna happen. I basically just said, when I'm older, I want to have a big wardrobe full of different colored arms so I can just match them up to match my outfit. And yeah, I was very sussy 10-year-old, and that's all I wanted in life, and honestly probably still true. Okay, sorry if the camera angle changed. My parents came in and I had to turn it off for a second, but I'm back now. Next one is a bunch of plane tickets when we were on our way to Washington DC. Basically, I did this kind of fashion inclusivity modeling catwalk, I don't really know what you can call it, type thing, actually in the White House. And let me tell you, when we got that message through from Sammy, and she was like, oh, does Tilly want to come along to the White House? And we were like, do you mean like the White House is in like a pub somewhere? But she literally meant the White House, and we ended up going to the White House, where I got to meet some really cool people. And it was all about just how fashion can be integrated into disability life. Like Adidas were there talking about some shoes that they made for somebody who was disabled, who couldn't just wear normal shoes. I can't remember all the ins and outs of it, I was very young. However, I do remember it being great fun, and I believe Obama might have still been president then, but it was like in the period of transitioning from Obama to Donald Trump. So yeah, I didn't actually meet either of them, but they were in this room and we got to stand outside because they were really, really busy, like just talking about all the important things that presidents have to talk about. But we got to go inside the White House, and it's a very extravagant place. I definitely enjoyed my stay there, but that was really, really fun. This was my second time in America, so I was still really, really excited. But I have a full page of all these different flights, because on the way back from Washington we had 7. Yes, 7. Then we were like, oh my gosh, 7 continuous flights. We'd literally been traveling for a good 48 hours. It was not fun, but it was definitely worth it, because that was an incredible experience. That not many people can say they've actually been in the White House, like the White House. So that was definitely worth it, I think. Very cool. The next 2 pictures are all about my operation. Again, if you don't really know what happened, please just go and watch the video. I'm not going to talk about it, but I had my operation on May, I'm pretty sure it was going to be May 10th, but it got changed to May 17th, but I wrote May 10th under there. Actually, it might have been May 17th and then ended up May 10th. I'm pretty sure that was it. But I just got a bunch of cards from people. I said like operation ouch, leg lengthening operation. Was not a fun time, definitely didn't enjoy that all too much, but at least my legs are the same length now. Well, they're not, because I've grown again on the other side and not on the other one, but apparently there's like an easier way to do it now, so I won't be going through such a terrible operation again. It'll be a lot easier. I'm not sure exactly how they're going to do it, whether it'll literally be as simple as like a growth plate injection, which, I mean, I say simple, but that will probably, like, I hate needles so much, so I don't know how I would cope with that. But yeah, these pictures I just stick in a bunch of cards that people sent me when I was in hospital, because I got a lot of chocolate and everything sent to me. So that was kind of the thing that was like keeping me happy. I was like, oh well, at least I'm being flooded with chocolate all the time, so it's not all bad. I mean, it could be worse, but yeah. Okay, next page. What is this? On my OMG, me and Tia at Namco Funscape in the photo booth. Stunning. I wrote about myself, but being sarcastic, because we're definitely not stunning. I was talking about the second one there. Yeah, this is me and my sister when we were really, really little. It's like a trend. Oh my gosh, where's my other picture gone? Apparently I'm missing the picture of Egyptian Day. We had an Egyptian Day at school, and I went in as Cleopatra. But I had this crazy weird makeup on my eyes, and I did have a picture. If I'll come across that, then I'll show you, because it's quite funny. But yeah, we had an Egyptian Day in school, and there's not much I can really say about that. Okay, next, I think this is probably my favorite page, because this is a massive newspaper thing that I folded in right up to fit in there. But I went to London to see, well, I wasn't there to see this, but when I was in London, we went to see the theatre show Bat Out of Hell. It was such a spontaneous last minute decision. It was like our last day there. I'm pretty sure I was there on a job. I was like filming an advert for O2, I think. But we'd already been to see School of Rock like the day before, but we were like, oh, we're still here, and my favorite thing ever to do is go to the theatre, and my mum is the same, like her favorite thing to do is go to the theatre. So like last minute we booked tickets to London's Bat Out of Hell, and I wrote Bat Out of Hell was amazing, incredible voices. We also went to see School of Rock on the stage, and it was phenomenal. I think it might be my favorite ever musical. I don't know, like, about School of Rock, it just, everybody's really, really great. Like, they have all the kids in there and they're insanely talented, but you just leave in such a happy mood. Like, you can't explain it. You have to go. I think you should all go. But I have this massive newspaper thing that folds out literally to be massive thing, like folded. I can't, it's kind of hard to show you all. And then that folds out even more. But yeah, I went to see the Battle of Hell, and I went to see School of Rock in London, and that was really, really fun. Okay, this page I've written, I found these and thought they deserved a place in here. My drawings in year 4. I mean, you're not going to believe me when I'm saying I'm good at art when you see these. I remember when I did a video for somebody. They were like doing a mini documentary thing on me. And I was like, yeah, I'm quite a good writer and drawer. And they literally showed these pictures from my scrapbook. And I was like, that does not showcase my artistic talent. So here's my drawings in year 4. Yeah. Like this is like my favourite pages ever. My favourite 2 pages. I went to Dean Kirk Church where I spoke on a panel with the Dalai Lama. So that was kind of like the leaflet for that in Amsterdam. And that was surreal. I kind of say it so casually now. Yeah, I sat on a panel with the Dalai Lama. If you're hearing that for the first time, then it's probably not that casual. But yeah, I did that. And then we went to the Ink Hotel in Amsterdam. And that was my favourite hotel because there was basically like chocolates everywhere. Like, I think we counted them and there was at least 30 just heart-shaped chocolates lying around everywhere. They were all over the beds, like under the pillows, in the bathroom, in the sink, like where all the toothbrushes are that you can use and stuff. And they was just showered the place in chocolate. So obviously I'm in my element and I was running around eating all these chocolates and they were lush. But we got given like the map of Amsterdam and he like circled anything that we should definitely go and do. And then I tried to draw a bike because there's a lot of bikes in Amsterdam, if you didn't know. And this is my little Dean Kirk Amsterdam event leaflet thing, Miss tilly.lockey. I drew a arrow saying, that's me, and it was streamed all over the world. A huge achievement, successful. So that was very good. Here is the little brochure that was advertised in the event, and I wrote, there's me inside. So let's try and find myself. There I am. There I am, top right. tilly.lockey. And that was a really cool event. We were all just talking about technology and compassion, like how tech can be used for the good. I have this page, which I kind of created a kind of ombre effect in the writing, which I quite liked. But it's just a bunch of newspapers. My mum used to always collect all these newspapers and everything. But I mean, what can you really do with a bunch of newspapers in my room? I think it's great to have them. But I was like, where do I put them though? So I ended up just sticking them in there so I can always see them and see the articles that have been written on me. Here's me at San Diego Comic Con. So I was very little, with my little plaits in. 31st of January 2019, it says. I think that's accurate. I went to the Alita Battle Angel premiere. A lot of people know about that. I think that's the reason a lot of people know about me. But I got to attend the Alita Battle Angel premiere where I got the hands based off of Alita's hands just there. So that was really, really cool. I was literally shaking excitement when I was there because I'd never been to a premiere before, and it was like the world premiere. So it was like the main one, and that was really, really fun. And I had no idea about it, so I was shocked. I remember this so vividly, right? When I was in year 4, I don't know about any of you, but sports day is the worst day in the entire year. I hated it so much, and I just have only bad memories of sports day. I've never been like the fittest. Well, I'm not like unhealthy, but I mean, I'm not the fastest runner, like probably one of the slowest runners, especially now my leg doesn't bend. I can't really run at all. But I remember writing this to my mum. I wrote a proper posh letter when I was in year 4 to my mum, stating all the reasons why I should not be going to sports day and all the reasons why she should keep me off and we should go shopping instead. But I drew like pictures of what would happen, like me falling over and people laughing at us. But I'm gonna read you my message that. So I wrote to my mum. Dear Mother, I'm writing to inform you that you are making a very bad decision by sending me to school. I wrote that in inverted commas because school is meant to teach you skills for the future, including maths, English, RE, science, art, not PE. It's okay just to do a PE session once a week, but in the situation I'm currently, it is I am in currently, it is clear to see I am not just doing it once a week, and now we're going on a school trip all about it. This is not on, in capital letters and underlined. Fair enough if you were sending me to school to learn, but you are not. You are sending me to school to suffer. I'm tired, sad face. What I'm trying to say is I'd much rather be shopping than going over on my ankle every step I take. Yes, Tilly, that's sass. I rest my case. Yours sincerely, your exhausted daughter, Tilly. And I also left my autograph for her for some reason. She probably didn't want it. Then I drew pictures of me at sports day falling over and everyone laughing at me. And this picture over here is me and my mum, and I'm like, this one, pointing at a dress, and she says, I'm so glad that I didn't send you to school. Yes, you are, ma'am. Yes, you are. To be honest, I was just all round excited to be in New York, as you could probably tell. I was in New York for an award that I was winning, and I did a couple of auditions and different things while I was there. So yeah, I was really excited to be there. That was my first time there. I did a vlog about that, so you can go watch that. I'll put it in the eye, this side, and you can go have a look at that. It's probably been one of my favorite trips, just because I've always thought of New York as just a really cool place. Like, I've always wanted to go there, so I had such high expectations, but I was not let down. But now I'm 14 and I have the card sticking again. I had a birthday breakfast at Frankie's and Benny's. Received good news at the hospital, because I went to the hospital on my birthday because I had to. And I went out for a B-day meal in Newcastle. So yeah, I had a great birthday. Even though I was at hospital, I got good news from the hospital. Like, they weren't telling me, oh yeah, your leg was well and truly gone or anything like that. So I mean, I class that as good news. And the very last page in my first ever scrapbook that I started in 2016 is quite a cool one. It's brainwave art. Probably not something that you would expect to see, but I do a lot of technology events, and at these technology events, like, you get the coolest things there. They always have like really cool stands and everything. And in Mexico, when I was at Singularity U Mexico speaking and just wandering around, they had like a brainwave painting type thing, where basically you would sit in a chair and they would give you headphones and you would listen to a song, and what your brain does, they would kind of like sense that, and it draws you a picture. So this one was mine over here, and then this one was my mum's. Like, if anybody could tell me what this means, like, because mine's a bit more colourful and she's got a bit more wave. Does that make it smaller? I don't know. But that was really, really cool, and I think it looks really, really pretty, to say the least. But yeah, that is my scrapbook. My first ever scrapbook complete that I started in 2016. I started this new one in 2020 because I got it for Christmas. Hi, buddy. But yeah, I just think it's a really cool way just to look back at everything you've achieved so far. I knew you would come in eventually. This is my dog. He's called Buddy. Everybody, if you're thinking of starting a scrapbook, I definitely recommend. I feel like it's always one of those things. Like, I would love to be able to keep a diary and write down what happens every single day of my life, but sometimes you just don't really have that patience. But when you look back on it, it's so cool to look back on. I feel like just sticking things in is a much better way to remember and acknowledge everything you've done in your life without sitting and writing everything out. So if you're thinking about that, I feel like the younger you start, the better. So sooner than later, definitely start one. I 100% recommend. It's really cool to look back on and just see what you've been able to achieve in your life. Even if it's not plane tickets and everything, you still get your birthday, you still like probably go out to concerts and stuff, like just pictures of you and your family. I don't have a lot of pictures that I've printed out. I use a lot of like kind of leaflets and tickets because I have a lot of them to go around and everything. But it doesn't have to be all that. It can just be literally a photo album that you can be really creative with and make yourself, and it can be a lot of fun. So I definitely recommend doing that if you have not got a scrapbook already. If you do, let me know down below and let me know like how old it is. If you've managed to stick to it over the years, I would love to hear it. Some of your favorite accomplishments that you've achieved over the years, I would love to know, so let me know down below. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I really hope you did, and I will see you all next time. Bye.